Good morning, everybody. Our microwave decided to stop working this morning. So this particular video, we're going to show you what it takes to get a brand new microwave, install it, and since it's a built-in, of course, there's going to be a trim kit that we've got to put in place. Got our mask? Let's head to the store and pick one up.
One eternity later.
All right, just back from the store. $370 later, we have a new microwave as well as a new trim kit. Let's go get this installed. Right here, there's one located at each corner. Here, 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 and here. So we're going to take off those 4 screws. This trim panel should come out, and then we'll be able to see how this microwave is fixed inside the cabinet. Now it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3 screws that are holding in this frame around the microwave itself that need to come out. Okay, you can see that we've got our microwave now mounted in the cabinet. Now notice it's not secured yet, and we're going to do that now. We're also going to put the top and the bottom bracket on, and what those do is that is actually what holds the stainless steel trim ring. And so what we have to make sure is whenever we put the top and bottom brackets on, that we have it centered so the microwave is centered. So to start this part of the process, you take your ruler, you measure the length of the opening, and you mark the very center. This makes sure that you get it centered, and there's a center mark on each one of the top and the bottom brackets. So I'll go down to the bottom here, mark my center point, and move to the next step. For the next step, I'm going to take my level, I'm going to take my dry erase marker, and I'm going to take each bracket, and I'm going to position them and mark the pilot holes that I need to drill. Each one of the brackets, of course, are marked. This one says bottom, and so we know it goes here on the bottom. This one is marked top, so we know that it goes on the top. So here's what we do. You set this in place on top of the microwave, being careful with the flange that is on the left side in this particular model. It sits on top of the vent. Slide it back flush against the cabinet. Take your level, set your level on top of the bracket. Make sure that your middle lines, that the one that you drew on the cabinet, as well as the middle of the top bracket, are aligned. And then raise this bracket until you see the bubble level indicate level. once that occurs, you're going to mark on the left and the right the location of the pilot hole that you're going to drill in just a minute. Repeat the same process along the bottom. Okay, next step, we're going to take our drill and our 7/64 inch drill bit, and we're going to drill out the holes that we just marked with the dry erase marker. Here we go. Okay, top bracket's drilled, bottom bracket's drilled, and now all we need to do is drill pilot holes for the bottom portion of the microwave as it sits inside the cabinet itself. And you can see there's 3 holes that are already there in this particular kit. We're just going to drill quick pilot holes for those. Okay, now that we have our drilling all done, just going to make sure that everything looks good. And we're going to start to install the top and the bottom bracket. Since this is dry erase marker, you just use your thumb and it comes right off. Next, I change out the drill bit for the Phillips head. We're getting ready to go. So I'm going to take this top bracket, I'm going to place it back in the spot again. And again, remembering that this flange sits on the top. Lining up the holes that I just drilled. Then I'm going to take the washers and the screws that were included in the kit and fasten them on the left and the right. Okay, go over here to this side. I'm going to raise it up to where it's level. In it goes. Okay, we're going to do exactly the same thing on the bottom. Okay, now we can't forget about the 3 screws that we need to put in here on the bottom. In this particular kit, the instructions tell you that you actually go through this outer bottom bracket, in through the lip that was over the front on the bottom case, and then into the wood. So we're going to do that now. On this particular one, it looks like we have a little bit of an adjustment issue, so we'll just move that over just slightly, making sure that the lips are in together, because remember, we're going through two pieces of metal here, and went right in. Okay, so you can see now both brackets are firmly fastened. We've got our 3 screws in the bottom that are actually going to make sure the microwave does not move. You can see it's in there really, really good. Let's just go ahead and check for level. You can see we're indicating level there, so we're in good shape. Now, time to place the trim ring. So the trim ring, the way that it installs, you can see there are 1, 2, and then on the bottom here, 3 and 4 different screws. The one thing that you have to make sure of is right here is where the trim ring attaches. You can see that there's already a pre-drilled hole there for you. So you want to make sure that you have this set correctly. That looks like it lines up perfect. So we'll set this in just like that. Give it a little bit of a tap. Now, a couple of final screws here in order to attach the trim ring to the microwave itself. They're located on the inside. So on the inside, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just going to put the final 4 screws in place. One thing you may have to do is move the trim ring in or out in order to get it to fit in. If it feels like it's not going in, that means you don't have it aligned just right, and since there are already screw holes put in there, just take your time, back it out just a little bit and start again. And the final screw here. And that's tight. You don't want to over tighten those. Tighten enough. Let's take a look. Everything's looking great. All that's left to do now is to go turn back on the power. Then we'll be done.